At EDMARK, we believe in each child's potential to learn and delight in what children can achieve when they believe, "I can do it." To foster self-reliance and initiative, each EDMARK product puts students in charge of their own learning, developing the skills and confidence needed to think through any problem. Humor, fun, and a rich variety of proven educational methods prompt hundreds of teachable moments and treat each child as a unique learner. Activities extend intellect, creativity, and special talents. From preschool to high school, EDMARK products will ignite the curious mind for a lifetime of learning and success.
EDMARK is committed to offering educators a wide range of products to serve students from kindergarten through 10th grade. Each product supports multiple learning styles, treating each child as a unique learner. Please click on any of these subjects to explore the EDMARK products that meet your curriculum needs. Each of these early learning programs offers a variety of learning activities designed to captivate young students. EDMARK is committed. Students master the basics of beginning reading in the delightful interactive Let's Go.
Many children can speak and understand many more words than they can read. So the ability to sound out words can greatly increase a child's reading vocabulary. One common stumbling block in sounding out words is unfamiliar letter combinations, especially those that include long vowel sounds. In the Paint a Word activity, children can practice sounding out words with long vowels by talking to the computer. First, they record themselves saying a long vowel sound such as A. Then they read a word containing the long vowel sound, like cake. The computer uses IBM's speech recognition technology to listen and respond. This practice in sounding out long vowels helps your child build skills for decoding new words. Some letter combinations occur again and again. The ability to recognize these common letter pairs will help your child become a more fluent reader. Blend Bubbles teaches your child to recognize the most common blends, such as st or sk. The two modes that are included in this activity will provide an opportunity for your child to experience both self-directed and guided learning. You might find it interesting to notice which of the two your child prefers. Determining when a vowel makes its long sound is an important skill for reading success. One way to know if a vowel is long is to look at the letters following the vowel. For example, a vowel usually takes on its long sound when it's followed by another vowel, such as A-I in the word paid. In the Undersea Mail activity, children gain experience with short and long vowels by matching spoken vowel sounds to the corresponding letter or letters. They then match the vowel sounds to written words. Undersea Mail offers lots of practice in identifying vowels. There are many exceptions to the long vowel rules, and you can help your child master them by looking for the rule breakers. For example, AI is long in paid, but not in said. Being able to identify sounds in a spoken word helps your child to visualize how the word might be written. In the Oysters and Pearls activity, children develop confidence in recognizing and distinguishing sounds in spoken words. Children are presented with pictures of familiar words like blanket or clock, and are challenged to match them with written blends, such as BL or CL. Away from the computer, encourage your child to say words and imagine what they might look like. You could even make a game out of it. Ask your child to think of a word, then to tell you what letter the word starts with, to tell you what letter the word ends with, and to tell you what vowel or vowels are found in the middle. You do the guessing, but your child is giving a lot of thought to what words look like. Throughout the reading adventure, children are asked to identify, match, and sort long and short vowels, blends like kl and gr, and digraphs like th and sh. In word building, children can combine these sounds to create new words. Word building also includes both an explore mode and a question and answer mode. In the explore mode, children are free to experiment and see what words they can create. When a letter or combination is changed, children immediately hear the new word pronounced. In question and answer mode, children are asked to build a word that is spoken, strengthening their ability to hear words and combine the letters needed to produce the word. While playing this activity, encourage your child to create new words. Ask your child to try adding letter sounds that are not seen on the screen, and then decide together whether the new word is a real word or a nonsense word. Many of the most commonly used words in the English language are difficult to sound out. For example, in the word through, the GH is silent. The sight word activities help children learn to quickly recognize frequently used words. As they read words out loud, children strengthen the visual and auditory connection between the printed and the spoken word. And with speech recognition technology, the computer can provide feedback by recognizing when children read these words correctly. In Let's Go Read, children encounter original interactive books. These books are sequenced to build on the knowledge and skills developed in the preceding activities. The books are richly illustrated, uniquely interactive, and help to instill a lifelong love of reading. Encourage your child to record himself or herself reading the books, or have your child comment on the story and try to predict what might happen next. Ask your child to express what the characters might be feeling, or what they might say to you or to each other. Let your child know that enjoying the book does not have to end when you reach the last page. Away from the computer, surround your child with a rich variety of reading materials and ample opportunity and encouragement to read for pleasure. Set an example by reading to, with, and alongside your child.
EDMARK is committed to offering educators a wide range of products to scientific discussion.
Some children are puzzled by the idea that the earth is round. In their everyday experience, the earth looks flat. With the day and night activity, your child can use two different points of view to understand day and night. From a spot on the ground, your child sees a full day go by. The sun rises, moves through the sky, and sets again. This is the familiar point of view. Your child can also see a view from space. This view allows your child to watch the same spot as it turns from darkness into sunlight and then into darkness again. This model also allows your child to see the view from Earth and the view from space at the same time. Your child can control this model to create different times of day and night around the world. This helps your child really understand what causes day and night. Having a model to manipulate can be very helpful in relating scientific concepts to everyday experience. In this activity, your child studies motion by rolling balls down ramps, using catapults to toss balls in the air, and swinging balls back and forth on pendulums. Each activity helps develop scientific thinking as your child progresses from observing one kind of movement to controlling that movement to using it to achieve a particular effect. As your child solves each challenge in this activity, he or she is experimenting the way a scientist does, changing just one variable at a time and then observing the effects of that change. You can encourage thinking like a scientist by asking your child to think out loud. Ask questions such as,
Why did you pick a heavy ball? What happened when you tried it? Why do you think that happened? Careful observation and description lie at the heart of science. Many famous discoveries began with a scientist's eye for detail. In What Did You See? Children learn to observe and remember what they have seen. They are briefly shown scenes from nature and then asked to recall where each animal belongs in the scene. As children learn and succeed, their memory skills are sharpened. They learn to use two simple but effective memory strategies, which can be applied not only to this software, but in everyday observations of the world around us. Animals are often difficult to observe in our environment, but we can identify them by the signs they leave behind. In the animal tracking activity, your child learns to identify the tracks of different animals by observing the track's size, shape, pattern, and toe count. As your child becomes familiar with the animal tracks in this activity, try to find similar tracks with your child. You can find those tracks in your backyard or on nature walks. Ask your child to hypothesize. What was the animal doing while making the tracks? Help your child discover that science often involves observing carefully, then making good guesses or inferences about what cannot be seen. Deductive reasoning is an important part of science. In Mystery Cave, unknown objects are hidden in the darkness, and your child must identify the objects without seeing them. To do this, your child collects data on the size, shape, color, weight, texture, and smell of an object. As each object is successfully identified, your child gains experience with the scientific process of gathering data and then using this data to solve a problem. Any scientist can tell you that reading and understanding the results of other scientists' work is a valuable way to learn about science. In the cyclopedia, kids can read about the technical details behind light, sound, and electricity in accessible language written for grades 3 to 6. Some of the pages even allow kids to do mini experiments or use animations to help children visualize a phenomenon. The cyclopedia also allows users to add their own notes. Encourage your child to jot down science observations from experiences on the computer, in the classroom, and in everyday life. In addition to the cyclopedia, ZAP offers over 200 science articles from the World Book Multimedia Encyclopedia. If an activity in ZAP piques an interest in a particular phenomenon, your child can go deeper into the subject using the World Book articles. Experiences with light provoke many of kids' earliest questions about science. Why do shadows happen? Where do rainbows come from? What is color? To understand light, children need to recognize it as something that is real and physical, and that can be studied with scientific thinking skills. In the laser lab, kids use a virtual laser table to experiment with rays of light. They learn laws of optics by reflecting light off mirrors, refracting it through lenses, and changing its color with filters. Kids progress from simple problems with flat mirrors to more difficult challenges with curved mirrors and lenses. Encourage your child to experiment by changing variables one at a time and observing the effects. You can help by asking some what-if questions. For example, what would happen if a white beam passed through a blue filter? Experimenting with sound and noise comes naturally to most kids. There seems to be no limit to the variety of sounds they can create. In the Sound Wave Studio, kids use a simulated sound laboratory to study the physical and musical properties of sound. They experiment with loudness and pitch, learning that sounds have properties or attributes. Next, they discover that each sound is a wave that moves outward from its source, and they identify the fundamental properties of amplitude, frequency, and wavelength. Because sound is invisible, it can be challenging to understand. The visual tools in the Soundwave Studio help to build a real understanding of sound. Kids find the rich variety of sounds that are included fascinating. Learning about sound exercises many thinking skills, including observation, inference, measurement, and analysis. We all live in a world of electricity and have heard the words current, voltage, and resistance. But the properties of electricity and the way simple circuits work are mysterious to most of us. The Electroloft offers kids a hands-on opportunity to study electricity by building, checking, and fixing electric circuits. They build practical devices using switches, resistors, and relays. These learning experiences are realistic simulations. By manipulating simple circuits, kids build a practical knowledge of electricity and the physical principles behind it. With this electrical know-how, your child will be ready to take apart, understand, and perhaps even fix broken flashlights and other battery-powered devices. Ask your child to show you the circuit inside a flashlight and to explain how it works. Having a problem to solve is often the best motivation for discovering and understanding science concepts. As kids solve problems in ZAP, they collect parts to help repair the damage from the lightning. As they earn more parts, they can experiment with these tools to create fantastic multimedia concerts. Each concert offers an opportunity to apply what was learned in the other activities. Ask your child to consider which color combinations will result when different colored spotlights shine in the same place. Or find out what happens to the speed of an electrical device when you increase or decrease the resistance in its circuit. Directing performances exercises both visual and auditory creativity. For scientists, creativity is often the most important thinking skill of all.
EDMARK is committed to offering educators a wide range of products to serve students from kindergarten through 10th grade. Each product supports multiple learning styles, treating each child as a unique learner. Please click on any of these. Designed to build diverse critical thinking skills for use in the classroom, the Thinkin' Thing.
When driving the Fripple delivery van, children get to exercise many real-world navigational skills. They practice left, right, and forward, and north, south, east, and west. They also work on following directions and using a map. As they drive around town, children also begin to learn that just as in real life there's often more than one way to get there, there's also often more than one way to solve a problem. If one path doesn't work, because of a roadblock or a one-way street, there is almost always another way. Fripple Cookies offers a fun environment for children to practice some important thinking skills. First, they face a situation we've all been in. You know the result you want, but you aren't sure of the steps needed to get there. Children must work backward from a result, which is the finished cookie, to discover the sequence of steps, the recipe, that will produce that cookie.
I don't think that cookie will be exactly what the customer ordered. Maybe you should try a different recipe.
This skill, working backward, is useful in many professions. Doctors work backward from symptoms to diagnosis. Detectives work backward from evidence to reconstruct a case. Another thinking skill that children will exercise in Fripple Cookies is the guess and test approach to problem solving. Children will try out a recipe, making a guess. By watching the steps in the recipe unfold, they're testing their guess. And based on that information, they modify the recipe until they get the desired result. This guess and test approach is how scientists think when they perform experiments to test a hypothesis.
Yeah!
At the Fripple Skating Park, children explore the relationships between mathematical patterns and visual patterns. As they create designs, they begin to discover that the number patterns and sequences they select result in different visual patterns. There are many different ways that a child can enjoy this activity. Some will appreciate it from an artistic perspective, while others will love seeing the different patterns that arise from mathematical relationships. Either way, children can freely create and discover.
Could you please draw 2 flags that belong in the customer's collection and 2 that don't?
In Fripple Flags, children are shown one group of objects that fit a rule and another group of objects that do not fit that rule. The challenge is to discover what the rule is. This important thinking skill, which is called rule formation, plays a key role in almost all learning. As children examine the flags, they must decide what is important and what is not, what to use and what to ignore. This skill is essential for success in our information-rich society.
EDMARK is committed to offering educators a wide range of products to serve students from kindergarten through 10th grade. Each designed to build diverse critical
In Strategy Challenges Collection 1, learn problem-solving strategies as you play Mancala, Nine Men's Morris, and Gomoku against the Strategy Masters. In the ancient game of Nine Men's Morris, once played by the Vikings, develop strategies to capture the opponent's stones one after the other by aligning 3 of your own in a row. In each of the games, the strategy coaches offer real-world videos of people using strategies in everyday situations, which can help you build a personal set of strategies to use, not only in these games, but throughout life. In Gomoku, discover 1,000-year-old strategies as you learn to use or ignore the patterns of stones on the board. The game is won when a player places 5 of their stones in a row. Learn fascinating facts about the history and cultures that surround these games with the Multimedia Game Guide. In Mancala, test your wits against a Maasai strategy master as you sow pebbles in the pits around the board and accumulate as many stones as you can in your store. Strategy Coach offers tips at critical points in a game to help you build a set of problem-solving strategies for each game.
Do you see how you can capture by playing these stones?
Strategy Challenges Collection 1. 3 classic games that offer strategy-building challenges and fun.
EDMARK. Excellence in education for over 25 years.